Geely GE copies Rolls-Royce Phantom. You want a Rolls-Royce Phantom but only have $30,000? China literally built that car. The Geely GE debuted at the 2009 Shanghai Motor Show and the entire world stopped and stared. Same massive chrome grille, same iconic round headlamps, same Spirit of Ecstasy hood ornament, except this one is a knockoff. The real Phantom runs a 6.7-liter V12. The Geely GE runs a 3.5-liter V6, half the cylinders, half the power, 100% of the audacity. Geely actually denied copying Rolls-Royce with a completely straight face. The company later rebranded it as a luxury M-brand vehicle, but nobody on earth was fooled. This is the car that put Chinese copycats on the global map. And to this day it remains one of the most brazen automotive thefts in the entire history of the car industry. SHUANGHUANSEO copies BMW X5. BMW spent years engineering the X5. Xuanhuan spent an afternoon copying it, then tried to sell it in Germany. The Xuanhuan SCEO looks completely normal from the front, nothing suspicious, but walk around to the rear and suddenly you are staring directly at a BMW X5. The roofline, the tail lights, the body proportions identical. BMW sued in European courts and won. The SCEO was physically banned at the German border and blocked from sale across Europe. The real punchline? Xuanhuan kept selling it inside China with zero consequences because Chinese courts at the time offered almost no protection to foreign brands. The SCEO sold for a fraction of the X5 price and thousands of buyers chose the fake over the real thing. This case became the moment the world realized Chinese copycat cars were not a joke anymore. They were a global problem that nobody knew how to stop. Zodi SR9 copies Porsche Macan. Porsche spent billions designing the Macan. Zodi spent an afternoon looking at pictures of it, then debuted the copy at a World Motor Show. The Zodi SR9 is so obviously a Porsche Macan clone that even Zodi's own engineers could not explain it without looking at the floor. The grille, the headlights, the door handles, the side profile, the rear lights, all Macan, all stolen. It debuted at the 2017 Shanghai Motor Show right in front of the entire global automotive press with absolutely zero shame. Under the hood sits a Mitsubishi-sourced engine producing 190 horsepower. The real Macan produces over 300, but here is the wild part, it sold. Thousands of Chinese buyers bought it because it looked like a Porsche at 1/5 of the price. The SR9 is the perfect formula, take the look, ditch the performance, slash the price, and walk away with the profit. Landwind X7 copies Range Rover Evoque. Jaguar Land Rover spent 4 years designing the Evoque. Landwind copied it in months, sold it for 80% less, and made a fortune doing it. The Landwind X7 is so identical to the Range Rover Evoque that side-by-side photos went viral around the entire world. The roofline, the floating roof design, the swept headlights, the character lines on the doors, carbon copy. Jaguar Land Rover sued, and in 2019 a Chinese court ruled in their favor for the very first time, ordering Landwind to stop production immediately. That was a historic moment. The first time a Chinese court ever protected a foreign car brand's design rights. But the damage was already completely done. Thousands of X7s were already on Chinese roads and Landwind had already collected the money. The Evoque starts at $43,000. The X7 sold for under $15,000. This was not inspiration. This was a calculated business decision that worked perfectly. Suzhou Eagle copies Porsche Cayman and Ferrari F12. When you cannot decide which car to steal, why not just steal two at the same time? The Suzhou Eagle took the front of a Ferrari F12 Berlinetta, the rear and side profile of a Porsche Cayman. slapped a near-identical copy of the Porsche crest on the hood, and called it a day. This is not inspiration. This is not a tribute car. This is a crime against automotive design that somehow became a real vehicle you could actually purchase and drive on public roads. The Eagle runs a fully electric powertrain, which is genuinely the only original thing about it. Every visible panel, every design element, every line on this car was lifted directly from two of the most iconic sports cars ever created. Porsche and Ferrari both noticed. Legal action was considered. The car quietly disappeared from the market, but not before it became the most infamous automotive copy ever attempted by anyone on the entire planet. Zeekr 9X copies Rolls-Royce Cullinan. Just when you thought Chinese copies were history, 2025 happened. And this time the copycat is owned by the same company that owns Volvo and Lotus. The Zeekr 9X launched this year with an enormous chrome grille, boxy upright frame, flush door handles, and vertical split LED headlights that look pulled directly from the Rolls-Royce Cullinan. The Cullinan costs $350,000. The Zeekr 9X costs under $50,000. And Zeekr is not some backroom operation, it is a Geely brand. One of China's most powerful automakers with full access to world-class engineering and design talent. They know exactly what they are doing. But here is what should terrify every Western brand right now. Zeekr is planning to enter the American market. The copies are no longer staying in China. They are coming to your streets, your dealerships, and your market. And they are bringing receipts.